You want a 1,000 lumen light that can last you between 6 to 8 hours? Definitely stay tuned because this is the headlamp for you. Before we get into that, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, RedBeard, however, whatever it is you want to call me, just don't call me mean names. And even then, I'll probably fire one back at you because I enjoy that kind of stuff. So with that being said, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you are well as we're getting into February. And man, I can't believe we're already in the second month of 2025. It's insane to me to think so. But we're here, guys, and you're here on the channel, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for continually tuning in. I want to remind you guys that I am grateful for your support. I really appreciate it as we continue to grow here into 2025. And I do want to give a couple shout outs to some amazing partners of the show. First and foremost, we've got Ollin, guys. This hoodie, my wife hates it because it is an oversized hoodie for me. Anyway, I got to size up because I want to be comfortable. I want to work out in it. I wanted to enjoy this. I definitely don't wear this out on date night, but this hoodie is super nice, very comfy. There's some great swag over there at Ollin. If you don't already have the Ollin system, I highly recommend that you go and check it out. It is the best digiscoping on the market, hands down. I highly recommend you go and snag one. Code RedBeard to save some money over there, or grab a hat, grab some swag if you already have the Ollin system. Check out the Nexus system. That's actually what my camera is sitting on right now on that Tricer tripod. And absolutely love the quick disconnect that allows you to swap between glass and cameras and rifles and everything in between. Last, guys, before we get into this episode, I do want to remind you that I am also partnered up with BlackOvis. And guys, you're going to find the items we're going to go over today over on BlackOvis. Head over there, use code RedBeard. Definitely appreciate the support over there. You're supporting partners of the show, and you're also getting the best gear at the best price possible, which is what we're able to provide to you. And I am grateful for your support as well. So now let's get into what you came for, the PEAX Duo. So this headlamp, and I'm going to look off to the side here every once in a while because I don't have everything memorized, but I do know that this headlamp has been my favorite headlamp for the last 2 years. And then they updated the model last year to even more favorite version of this headlamp that we're going to get into today, kind of the pros and cons, the differences between the two, and what you can grow to love and enjoy. So let's take a look here. All right. First and foremost, guys, it is the Backcountry Duo headlamp. So the black one is the one that I've been running for a couple years now and absolutely love this thing. So I had two of them because one is none and two is one, right? Murphy's always going to show up and figure out how to jack things up. Here's a couple of my favorite features that I'll go over with you, and then I'll read you off the spec list and the features and everything later. Again, I'll leave that link down below so you can check out BlackOvis, where you can pick one of these up, again, using code RedBeard to save some money. But here's my favorite features before I read you off the spec sheet. First and foremost, very bright light. So this thing can last, and I've never run it continuously for that amount of time, but it can last 6 to 8 hours on 1,000 lumen white light. That is insane. That is freaking awesome. So 6 to 8 hours on that. You can also use the red light. I don't know the time frame on that. I just know that whenever I'm packing out or sneaking in or out of places, I use the red light. And the bright red light, there's 3 settings on each. So you got 3 white settings, 3 red settings, ultra, high, low, and then you rotate over to the next one. Also, you can lock this down. So you'll see here, the power button is exposed. You screw that out. Let's see if I'm in frame here. You can see the charging port right there. And then the power button is no longer exposed for you to press the button. So when you're putting this in your backpack, don't worry about it burning out battery. Comment down below if you've had that happen before, where the battery ran out on you because it was sitting in your backpack. The battery or the power light got bumped, and power button got bumped, and you're out of a headlamp when you need it most. That sucks. So absolutely love that feature. Obviously, everything is going to USB-C charging, so I love that they added that. It is strong aluminum material here for the headlamp itself, and then it also rotates different. So it's on your head here. You can go down, you can go up, very audible and tactile clicks, and it is very secure. Now it is a clip, so you can take the headlamp off, but I haven't ever had the issue of this thing popping off or anything like that. It's very you heard the clipping in right there. The headband is very adjustable, which is awesome. Super easy to slide in and out to adjust. I got a fat head, so usually it's on the outermost setting. And what else do I love about this thing? That's pretty much it, guys. Those are all my highlight features, and of course the rechargeable battery, which I showed you. And here it is. So it's a 3600 milliamp battery. Focus there. There you go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let's get into the spec sheet for all you gear nerds out there that want to know why this is a good headlamp to purchase. Ooh, that is bright. So you can see how bright that is. So you click to rotate down, and then there's low, and there's ultra white, highlight, and then there you go. Cool. So then, and then when you turn it off and hold it down, there you go. Let's get into the spec sheet here for you. All right, so let's see. It weighs, if you're into the weight game, without a battery, it is 2.65 ounces. It is 3.5 inches long this way by 1.5 inch tall, or by 1 inch tall. Max output 1,000 lumens up to 490 feet. So something here, if you guys like to dial in, be more precise with your headlamp, probably isn't the headlamp for you because it doesn't do that. But again, I haven't had an issue with it throwing too wide or being too dialed in. It somehow they got the Goldilocks of just right on the throw. Let's see, the black one has a red and white light, which you just saw. So it's got ultra, high, low, and then you can do strobe if you need strobe. I've never had to use that, but you can. And water resistance rating is IPX6. And then it's rechargeable 18650 battery, 3.5 volts, 3600 milliamps. There you go. Okay, now we're going to talk about the one that I ran this year. So that became my backup in my bag when this one came out. There you go. It's the green one. You're like, oh, cool, it's green. And what makes it different? Well, red light on the black one, green light on the green one. So with this, and obviously the lamp can interchange if you want to run the black headband, etc., for the green light, whatever you want to do. But the biggest difference is this one has a green light. I personally, and I don't know if it's my eyes, let me know down in the comments below if you feel the same way, but I feel like green light lets me see more detail at night. And it's also shown that, or it's been shown that animals aren't affected, just similar to red light, aren't affected by green light, like red light. So it's pretty much sixes from what I understand. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, drop a comment down below. But with the green light, I feel like I personally can see better out at distance. And I feel like the green light is brighter than the red light and doesn't cast as many shadows in the dark. So I'm able to see kind of a little bit further ahead of me how the trail's panning out, if I need to take a turn, etc. So very similar as far as run times go. Again, you have 1,000 lumen white light for 6 to 8 hours. And then I didn't go over the run times on the other one as well, but reading off the spec sheet here, the Ultra is 6 to 8 hours of white light. High is 16 to 18 hours of run light. And then low is 55 to 59 hours of low white light. That's pretty impressive. Run times for the red and green lights, ultra high is 10 to 13 hours. So that's stupid impressive. If you're not packed out by then, well, it's either a really huge bull or you took a really poor path. A high is 20 to 23 hours, which the high beam is still very impressive as far as light output. And the low is 65 to 69 hours. So that is plenty of time, especially if you have a backup battery, which I always recommend having 2 headlamps at least and a backup battery. That's just me personally. I just firmly believe that Murphy is a thing, and will get you when you're least expecting it. So definitely recommend that. And let's see here. I think that's about it as far as the headlamps go. I absolutely love them. I highly recommend that you go and pick one up. If you like red light, get the black one. If you like green light, get the green one. If you want one of each, grab one of each. Highly recommend this headlamp. It's been my favorite. The black one's been in my bag for the last 2 years. The green one was running in my bag all last year, and couldn't recommend it enough. PEAX makes amazing equipment. I love their teepee when it's teepee time. I love their sleeping bag when it gets colder, and I get to use that sleeping bag. It's just, they make really good gear, guys. Highly recommend it. Go and check out all of their gear over on BlackOvis. Use code RedBeard. And guys, before you go, again, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with any questions that you may have about headlamps, and let me know maybe where, some specs that you want to know a little bit more on, or a headlamp that maybe you really like, and I'm more than happy to have that discussion with you. So have a great rest of your day, and like I always say, guys, get out, live your life, and love it.